Hello, students, and namaste, everyone. I am Dhaval sir, and our today's topic is from your literature part, unit number 9, that is the Great Stone Face, part 1. Okay, so this chapter is actually divided into two parts, and the second part you will study in the 10th unit, that is the Great Stone Face, part 2. And basically, this chapter is in the abridged form, and the person who has now, first of all, I need to explain you what is the meaning of abridged form, right? So abridged form means to shorten, to reduce the size by omission of words or paragraph, without sacrificing the sense, right? Without sacrificing the sense or meaning of the chapter or the sentences. Okay, so this chapter is converted uh, in the abridged form by Nathaniel Hawthorne. It is Nathaniel Hawthorne. Okay, so in this chapter, first of all, we'll discuss about the introduction and summary of this chapter, and in the next lecture, that is lecture number 2, we'll go in detail, that is line by line. We'll study the chapter and try to understand it. Okay, so first of all, I'll give you the introduction of this chapter, that is the Great Stone Face, part 1. Okay, so this chapter revolves around the old prophecy. Now prophecy means what, right? If I say in Gujarati, it means bhavishyavani, prophecy, that is bhavishyavani. So old prophecy that persist, old prophecy that persist means to continue, to exist. Okay, so there was one old prophecy which continued in that one village. Okay, in the valley, in that valley there was a great stone face beaming over it. As you can see in the picture, there is a small valley kind of village where there is a mountain. Okay, and now what was the prophecy? What did this, as I said, prophecy means bhavishyavani, right? What did it say? So this old prophecy says that one day a man will come, uh, bearing the likeness. Now likeness means what? Having the same quality, appearance, or state of being. Okay, so one day a man will come, bearing the likeness of the great stone face. Okay, and he will be the noblest and the greatest of his time, right? So that was the old prophecy. So the most important thing to understand in this chapter is this line. Okay, so again I'll repeat, the prophecy, that is the bhavishyavani. Okay, so what was the prophecy? That was that one day a man will come, bearing likeness. Likeness means, as I said, having the same quality, appearance, and state of being, okay, of the, it will be like what? It will be like the great stone face, and that person will be the noblest and greatest of his time. Okay, so we'll move further. And so on one day, a mother tells to her son, the name of the son is Ernest. Okay, about the prophecy. And since then, this boy, whose name was Ernest, was eagerly waiting for the arrival of that man. Okay, and the story focuses on how the inhabitants of the village misjudges two men to be the one spoken about in the prophecy. Okay, they misjudge two men who are actually the son of the village. They misjudge them to be the person who is being talked about in the prophecy. Okay, but actually they were not. And how even after waiting for so long, Ernest is still hopeful that the men will come, right? So two times the village people, they had a great hope that this two person, one by one they came, and they had a great hope that they are the resemblance of the great stone age, stone face, but they were actually not. And all of them were disappointed, but still Ernest had the feeling that one day, though it is taking a lot of time, a person will come who will resemble the great stone face. Okay, so this was the introduction of the chapter. Now I'll try to explain you the chapter in detail, okay, in the summary form. Okay, so the great stone face was the art form of nature. So actually it was naturally in the form of a hill where the face could be seen formed on the stone that is on the hill. Okay, so it was the artwork of nature formed on the side of the mountain by some huge rocks. Okay, and these rocks were piled up in a way, in it was piled up in such a way, piled means ढगलो करो, right? So piled up in such a way that when looked at them from a particular distance, then they resembled a human face. Okay, so on one fine day, okay, uh, there was a mother and a son sitting outside their cottage and gazing at the great stone face. They were looking at the great stone face, and the mother told her son, named Ernest, okay, about an old prophecy which said that on some future date a man will be born in the valley who will bear the likeness of the great stone face, and he will be the greatest and noblest person of their time or of his time. Okay, so Ernest expressed his desire to live to see the man and his mother loving and caring as she was. So her mother was loving Ernest so much, uh, she did not want Ernest to get disappointed, and so at that time she told Ernest that perhaps uh, you may be means it is possible, because at that time Ernest was a boy. So her mother told that it might be possible that even you may become uh, means you may become a person who is the resemblance or the likeness of the great stone face. So when you will grow up, it might be possible, or it may be possible that even you can be the likeness of great stone face. Okay, since that day onwards, Ernest never forgot about the prophecy, right? And thought about it whenever he looked at the valley, right? So Ernest, as a boy, he was very obedient and hardworking, and he was a very good child who always helped her mother. Okay, and one fine day, a word spread. Okay, a word spread across the town. That means the people they started speaking about a person. Word spread means the people they started speaking about the person in the town that uh, the son of the valley, okay, named Gathergold, Gathergold. So a son of the valley named Gathergold that had settled out of it. That means that had settled out of the town, okay, to establish as a shopkeeper, wanted to spend his last days in his native valley. So he had become very old, and therefore he wanted to spend his remaining life in the valley. And he was so wealthy, that means he had become so much rich that it would have taken him 100 years to count his wealth, right? So it was believed that he had become so rich and wealthy that to count his wealth he would need more 100 years. Okay, so a rumor was spread that he is the man being spoken of in the prophecy. Okay, he is the resemblance or likeness of the great stone face. So people they were very excited to see him, right? And upon seeing him, uh, everyone in the village except Ernest believed that Mr. Gathergold bore the likeness. That means he bears the likeness of the great stone face. Understood? Everyone in the village except Ernest believed that the Gathergold bears the likeness of the great stone face. It was only after he lost all his wealth, right? So after some time, he lost all his wealth, and before dying, uh, that before dying of that person, people agreed that he was not the man from the prophecy. Right, that time when his all the wealth uh, means was gone, and he was about to die, at that time the people believed or realized that he was not actually the resemblance or likeness of the great stone face. Okay, so after that, as Ernest was a simple and helpful child, right, he grew up to be a diligent and kind man in his youth. So diligent means he was showing a great care and effort in doing his work and duties, right? So he was a very honest and sincere person, right? So he used to stay unnoticed in the valley, as he was a plain and a simple person, which drew attention of no one, right? As he was very simple, no one in the village, means he could not draw the attention of any person in the village, right? Because he lived a very simple life. So the only thing people noticed was that he here means the Ernest was uh, having the habit to gaze. Having the habit to gaze means he used to constantly look at the great stone face, right, for hours. And after finishing the work for the day, that means he, after he completed his work, when he was totally free, he used to sit for hours and he used to look at the great stone face. Okay, and the people of the village, they thought that it was foolish, but still they excused him, uh, as he was neighborly. That means he lived next to the village valley, near the great stone face was there. So they just ignored that thing, thinking that this is the routine of the boy. Okay, and by the time he had grown up, the great stone face had become a teacher for Ernest. How? Because every time he used to look at the great stone face and get a lot of inspiration. Okay, and accordingly he behaved and worked, right. So it had become a teacher for Ernest, and it had made him wiser, okay, more and more wiser than others of his age. That means there were other children in the village, but Ernest had become very wise. Okay, and sometime later, another son of the valley, who had left it to become a soldier, expressed his desire to spend his last days in the valley where he was born. Okay, so after hard fighting, that means this second child was also from the same valley and the village, and he had gone to the army. So in the army, after he had struggled and battled a lot, right, he had risen to the rank of a famous fighter, uh, and he had earned the post of commander, and he was known as blood and thunder in the battlefield, right. So he was so strong and hard person that he had earned the name of blood and thunder. Okay, in the battlefield. And a word spread, again a word spread across the valley, that this great fighter is the man they have been waiting for. So again, all the people in the valley thought that this army fellow, who is going to come back to the valley again, is the resemblance or likeliness of this great stone face. Okay, so uh, preparations began to welcome him, and people who never even thought uh, of looking at the great stone face begins spending hours looking at it to know how blood and thunder would look, right. So they were continuously looking at the stone, and they were imagining how the person, that is the blood and thunder, or the commander, might be looking, right. And on the day of his arrival, okay, everyone left their work early to gather at the place where the feast means, we can say, a large meal, typically which is carried out, or which is done at the celebratory moments. okay, during the festivals or celebratory moments. So that is known as feast. So where the feast was organized, feast, as I said, meal, okay, heavy meal, so was organized to welcome the general, that is the commander, okay. And when people saw him, they shouted in joy, as they claimed that the he had the exact same face, okay. So at first Ernest could not see him because there was a lot of crowd over there, okay. But when he did so, that is when he got to see that commander or general, right, he could compare blood and thunder and a great stone face that stood beside him, and he concluded that there was no such resemblance. No such resemblance means there was no such similarity, okay, or likeness as the people proclaimed. So as the people announced or made it public, right, the people said that this general or the army chief was the resemblance or the likeness of great stone face. But when Ernest saw him and compared it with the great stone face, he could not find any kind of similarity, okay. And therefore he was very much disappointed and he turned away, okay, as his heart uh, whispered to him. That means he was very much disappointed, and therefore he went away, okay. And he was very much disappointed, and he felt like his heart is saying that don't fear, Ernest, the men will surely come, right. That means these were the words actually he felt like the great stone face is looking at him and trying to say, right. So he again had the faith in that prophecy, and he kept on waiting for the men to come. So here the first part of our chapter gets over, okay. And the second part of the chapter will find out that whether really did a person or the son of that same valley came or was there who resembled the great stone face or not. So for that you will have to uh, see the video of this chapter, that is part 2 of this chapter, okay, where we'll find out who was the resemblance or likeliness of this great stone face, okay. And how did the people come to know about it, okay. So till then we'll end our lecture over here, and I thank you everyone for watching my video.